Say something?
Check one.
Yep. The Vikings, J.J. McCarthy. What y'all think about J.J. McCarthy?
Let the football guy go first. Go ahead.
Let the football guy go first, and it's on the quarterback, ain't it?
Right.
Okay.
I think about J.J. McCarthy with the Vikings.
Okay, so I'm not mad at it or upset because I ain't really a Vikings fan. It was just keeping it real. But now my just like really analyzing the situation. I mean, they need a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? That's evident. I don't think. I mean, with what was left, it was probably risky not to take him at 17. I know that was the question. Like, should he be taken at 17? I don't really think it's a question on if he's good enough to play in the NFL right now because he played for Harbaugh. I believe Harbaugh does a good job with developing QBs.
And we traded up to get him.
Did they?
No, we didn't have to.
No, okay. I thought they already had to.
They was the Broncos was trying to make it seem like they was going to. So they.
So I didn't even know he was a national championship quarterback until like a month before the draft. I was super out of the loop, but that's kind of exciting though. Got somebody who got some popularity, got media attention.
I mean, the only thing that's really exciting about it to me, like, is the fact that we actually got a draft pick this high and was a quarterback, and we do need a quarterback.
Need a quarterback.
But me personally, I'm not coming in this thing looking for him to change our season, and I feel like a lot of people should just chill and just see what happens. Let's just see what happens.
Right.
Because if I remember correctly, a lot of these guys, the top quarterbacks, they was already coming into the season highly ranked. I remember I watched one mock draft earlier in the season, football season, and J.J. McCarthy was going in the second round.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I'm like, okay. And then look at what just happened with the quarterbacks in the NFL. It's never happened like that.
I mean, 6 of them. That's why I said
never happened like that.
They felt like, what was going to be left? They probably, you know what I'm saying, realistically, maybe was looking at getting a Michael Penix, even though maybe he wasn't going to fall back that far.
And he was in the championship game against McCarthy.
Yep.
I just found that out recently too.
So,
and that was crazy.
That could have been good looking at that, but then the Falcons take him, and that
took our old quarterback.
Like, okay, whatever. So I think they made the best pick that they could have made at that time. I'm not gonna lie. I think that was a good pick for that time.
Yeah. Honestly, really what you said, with Mike being gone, because I wanted us to get him. Mm-hmm. But once he got gone, I knew we probably wasn't going to get him anyway. But it's not that type of quarterback Minnesota is known to draft, just saying. Yeah. Style of play. Anyway.
Teddy Bridgewater, maybe.
Yeah.
I think they gave up on Teddy too early.
I always say way too early. Way too early. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we needed a quarterback because we know what Sam Darnold's capable of doing. So it's not no excuse about that. I'm just saying, man, that dude, I don't know. That is crazy. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that like you said, we got a young quarterback. He's confident. He's just coming off of a national championship, so that should be good. But I'm not coming in this looking at him like a Drake May or nothing like that.
Well, I just think realistically, he got enough pieces around him.
Already, yeah.
Realistically, you know what I'm saying? So he good with the wide receiver core he got.
And he apparently loves McConnell. Talk about run through a wall for him before we drafted him.
So,
you said that?
Yeah.
So
interesting.
Yeah.
So there it is, so sure. I mean, he's gonna be in a decent situation. All he gotta do is not really mess it up. He's gonna be in game management mode. I mean, he's not gonna do no worse than what Kirk was doing for you. He gets you to the playoffs, don't get you past the first or second round. That's the same thing Kirk was doing for you. So you really ain't, you're just getting it for cheaper.
Right.
Yeah, I can see that. And honestly, like this, I don't know. Even the whole Kirk going to Atlanta Falcons. Like, first off, y'all paid him $100 million. Y'all don't even know how good he's gonna be. He's coming off an Achilles.
I want to hate so bad, but I can't.
And so I'm not gonna say nothing. I hope Kirk does his thing. I'm still rooting for him. We got love for him. But
he's not gonna do his thing. I know that.
It's Vikings all day, man. All day.
But I just want to hate that he keep getting this money. Like,
I don't know how.
God.
He's getting paid.
Are they not watching him?
Hey, no disrespect, Kurt. He did his thing, but he didn't.
But where he gonna get you? Nowhere. For $100 million?
I mean, look where he at in Atlanta, bro.
Guaranteed. That's the guarantee. Well, 80's guaranteed. No, the 100's guaranteed.
I think he's gonna be successful. Do you think his career in Atlanta is gonna surpass his career in Washington?
What career?
I'm just saying.
His career in Minnesota?
Better than Washington.
Better than Washington.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a lot. Actually, I wish I could have bring up the stats right here now so I could just go crazy on.
Can you look that up, Leak?
Player efficiency.
Could we look up like what his winning was in?
What was his? What was Kirk Cousins? Let's look
that up one time.
Let's look that up.
All right, so I'm looking
use that laptop.
I'm looking this up. What y'all think about the Wolves? Second round, got the Nuggets.
Man, I feel about the Wolves, man. I feel like this is a good feeling, man. I ain't felt like this since I was a kid.
Talk about that. Talk about that sweep first. Talk about that sweep first.
We got it. Well, yeah, I'm getting there.
Hey, people were worried.
I'm getting there.
People were mad worried.
People were scared for their mind. Oh my God, we got Kevin. I don't brush my hair, Durant, and we got Devin. I think I'm tough Booker, and I'm like, fam.
All you gotta do is trust in Cat.
We have the people.
Cat.
You are the biggest Cat supporter. I just want to give you your credit on that. A lot of people say we should get rid of Cat. I was one of them. I don't say it anymore. The people that's still saying it should walk off a short cliff, a long walk. But I don't know, man. I feel like I haven't felt like this since I was a kid, honestly, bro. When it comes to the Timberwolves and how they're performing right now, literally since we had Kevin Garnett, Latrell Sprewell, Sam Cassell, 2003. And this was funny because that was our first time winning a series since 2003.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. So it's very – I like it. Even the people that want to come on and be bandwagons, come on, man. We need all the love. But
Jimmy and them didn't win
away.
They ain't win no playoff series?
Nope. They won
almost
some
got
games.
swept by Rockets.
Yep.
We got one game maybe.
Yeah. And Derrick Rose was kind of going a little nuts that game. But nah, man, it's a good feeling, man. I think this actually might be the year for us to reach that further step because if we win this series, I feel like we winning the championship. This is the most important series of the playoffs right now. So we're just gonna wait to see because they got some boys over there in Denver.
Whoever wins the series is gonna win the championship.
I believe so. Who you got?
I got Denver winning the series, so I believe you. Okay. I believe that statement that whoever wins this series will win the championship because I got Denver in 6.
We can make we can talk about that because I got the Timberwolves winning that.
We can talk about that maybe.
What y'all think?
Really talk about.
They was talking about JJ Reddick being the Lakers coach. I don't know if they basing it off of really, but
I can't believe him. I can't believe I'm about to say
I couldn't see it.
I can't believe I'm about to say this. I think Rashad McCants is a genius. Rashad McCants called this shit out. I don't know. All I'm saying is I seen Rashad McCants say this. I don't know if it was leaked somewhere else where I didn't see it. All I know is I saw Rashad McCants say this shit. He said that's why JJ Reddick and LeBron got a podcast together because LeBron is coaching him on how to coach him.
Coaching him on how to coach him.
Yeah. And like when you look at it, it's funny you say that. And then like look what happens now. Darvin Ham just gets fired today.
Oh, today?
Oh, yeah, you didn't see it?
No.
Yeah, Darvin Ham got fired. They fired him.
Darvin Ham's out of there.
They cleaned out the whole staff. Everybody in the staff is
Everybody need to go. They need to go. Everybody need to go.
Nuh-uh.
Brian posting up an old Darvin Ham back in the
Definitely
day.
didn't
That
see
was
that.
hilarious.
Oh, that's crazy. But nah, man, yeah, that whole situation. Where was I at? Down.
Sorry.
Yeah, you missed me.
But he was talking about
JJ Reddick.
JJ, yeah. But yeah, man, that whole situation, man, I think he might be wrong to something because not out of nowhere, we heard the rumors last year about JJ potentially being a coach. I didn't see it then. I still don't see JJ Reddick as a coach. I don't think he's going to get the respect from the locker room, from the players that he thinks. Like, this dude got a podcast. Y'all see his personality. How's that going to work?
I don't think
That's just me.
I wouldn't say that. But I don't think
it would have to be the right locker room.
He couldn't go to a veteran locker room.
I'm saying. It have to be the right locker room.
It'd have to be some young boys.
He have to go to like the Magic.
The Magic could work.
The Magic or something like that.
The Magic got a good coach right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that's why it's like I just don't. I don't necessarily.
He could go to a Detroit though or a Charlotte. Let's see. You know, he need to. If he was smart, he'd go join Greg Popovich. Get some tutelage for a couple years under that man.
Like being an assistant coach.
Yeah, one of his assistants.
I think so too. It's kind of ironic when you look at the fact that, you know, when people retire, a lot of people who retire players who want to be coaches are good coaches.
Stay away from Doc.
All right, let me get to. It's just crazy because you see like a lot of them don't get the opportunity, and then you like JJ gets one out of nowhere, and it's like I know people, you know, he has a basketball mind, which he does is good, but I'm like, man, I don't know, kind of seem like a force.
Gotta have the right network.
I feel like it's a force.
It's the network, man.
I feel like he got to put in his work as a coach. But he got to put in his work as a coach first, then you just jumping in and being a coach. That's just what I feel like.
They under the J Kidd Act.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that.
And Doc Act.
I mean, how much validity does a
I
former player?
I think Doc was like on. He was like on assistant. College. Yeah, I think he was assistant before.
Oh, yeah,
he was assistant before. I think Jason Kidd and Steve Nash
went right to it.
Yeah, Jason Kidd definitely just went right to that shit. I remember that because I was like, damn, that was cold. But it made sense for us then. Like Jason Kidd is a basketball mind.
But ain't the boy Danny Green?
He assistant.
He assisted somewhere.
Yeah,
the Lakers out there.
Yeah, he assistant. Yup. I mean, Nash.
Okay, I'm with him.
Nash didn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like really. It's like look at the ones that
2-time MVP.
I need to stop it.
Yeah.
You're right. He need to go. He need to go do some college somewhere.
He got to do some type of work. I feel like
that's why I say he should go be an assistant for Pop.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I think
be an assistant for Pop or for Steve Kerr.
For Steve Kerr. Yeah, I can see that.
So it don't matter how good of a player.
Because the Golden State would mess with him.
No, it don't matter how good it's been proven. Look at Isaiah Thomas. He was a terrible head coach. He's a great player, 2-time champion, 2-time finals.
It doesn't
terrible coaches. Magic quit halfway through the season.
It doesn't always translate.
Yeah, it doesn't always. Michael Jordan was a terrible coach.
Some people don't have the patience.
Yeah, it's just like different. Like RP to Kobe. If Kobe was alive, he would have been a terrible coach.
And sometimes when it's really the greater ones that it's tougher for them. Yep. It's not really
look at Willie Green.
Decent players.
I think Willie Green's a great coach.
Yeah, I said Danny Green, huh?
Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah. No, Willie Green was assistant.
Yeah,
he was assistant. Yup. I thought you were talking about Danny. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I did look up them Kirk Cousins stats.
Yeah, talk to us.
So 6 years in both teams, and he had 3 4,000-yard years in Washington, and he had 4 4,000-yard years in Minnesota. So I don't know how you want to weigh that.
So he had 6 years apiece. You said in both.
Well, and we're looking at touchdowns too. He threw more, so you could say he had more weapons in Minnesota at receiver, but he threw slightly more touchdowns while he was here. So I don't know, pretty close though, close numbers.
I think he was talking about. Was that what you was asking? Or you was talking about his stats in Minnesota?
No, I was saying that's what he had, right?
Yeah.
You said comparing them both.
Yeah.
He was there for 6 years apiece, you said?
6 year apiece, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah. But y'all, I don't know about better. I don't know about better. You got the same playoff results.
I mean, yeah, but it's kind of like if you hate on Kurt, you kind of got to hate on Cat.
I'm not a hater, though.
You're not?
No.
All right.
I'm just talking about the money aspect. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he can't be a starting quarterback. I'm just saying, like, for what he going to give you, like, he's not going to get you over that hump.
I can see that. Sure.
That's what I'm saying. It's just not going to happen. If he couldn't do it with JJ, Stephon Diggs, all these people, all these receivers, I don't know. Maybe he didn't play with JJ, but it was Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen, and he had a good running core, Kevin Rudolph. If you couldn't do it with that and that defense that you had, that defense was stellar. Stellar. I think it was like number two that year.
What could have been?
And then, I ain't gonna blame him totally because I think it was a play call, and I just kind of remember like it was like a pass that they did, and I was wondering like why they pass because I think they was up, so they should have been running the clock type shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why they pass?
Yeah,
but they passed. And then the clock stopped. They had to kick it. So it's like you killed yourself. And it was sometimes you can pass if it's a sure pass, but it wasn't like a sure pass play. So I'm like, why didn't they just run it? And then the clock could be running, or they would have had to waste a timeout. I think that was the situation. So now they ain't got to waste no timeout, nothing. And you stopped the clock for them, so then they went down the score. So I was just like, if you can't win it with that team, it ain't going to get no better for you. Atlanta definitely, that young core, you think he finna lead a young core? He couldn't lead a young core in Washington.
No, we're going to see.
It's just the facts of it.
We're going to see about that.
No, we're not going to see. We're not going to see. I'm telling you.
All right, TCS episode 3. TCS radar. So let's talk about some AAU stuff. It is AAU season.
Yeah, man. AAU's.
It's time for everybody to come out and see what's up. It's the time of growth.
I'm about to look something up.
So
let's look them all up. Yeah, let's do them all.
Yeah. So for AAU right now, with the way that AAU is, do we think it's hurting players or helping them more so?
Hold on, I'm gonna start with this one, man. So I ain't gonna lie, I think it's hurting them. It's hurting them more so. But you know why it's hurting them? It's too much, and I blame it technology. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I ain't gonna say it's hurting them all, but it's hurting some. I think a lot of them more. The highlights,
the sizzle reels,
some of the reels, some from the aspect of players only wanting to play ball just to make highlights. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
You think AAU is like the ground for that?
I think so. I think, well, it's everywhere now, but I feel like AAU kids don't take as much as serious as they do in the regular season. They feel like it's a time just to showcase their shit. Like it's out here, like it's 2K or some shit. Like they in the city. I feel like that's what AAU is for the kids now. Like think about it. That's virtually what it is. When they out here, they got their cars. They got they McDonald's money. They got their fun coupons, and they're going to games. They hooping. They going to other tournaments. It's different now. So I definitely think. Not all of them. Some of them is probably helping them because a lot of these dudes, that's the lifestyle they about to live anyway when they get to the league and whatever the case is. So, but for the most part, everybody's not going to the league, sadly.
Exactly.
So I feel like as an overall stance, exposure-wise, it's helping with the good players, but we're going to know who the good players is anyway. But I just feel like now some aspects of it is oversaturated.
So what about like the aspect of teams teaming up?
Teaming up?
Sorry, my bad. Good players teaming up on teams. AAU circuit and making quote unquote super teams and stuff like that.
That's what AAU is.
Is that part of what's hurting it, or is that?
That's what AAU been.
That's been what AAU.
That's
was.
been what AAU.
Yeah, that's
is.
been literally.
That's what it is.
That's why it's always tiers to teams. Like no matter what. And then that's why it's always fun at AAU. Like even on some programs, like the top programs, they always got A team, B team, C team type shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might see C team, B team interchanging. You never know. But it's A team for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And the A team, the resume is there. It shows you. I played AAU. You know what I'm saying? I was on the C team and B team. I wasn't really on the A team type shit. But the difference was the resume and literally what they've done and what they could do. So, I mean, that's just what AAU was. It's always they're gonna get the best player they could get, and then after that, the rest is like it's like a fantasy draft. It's like the first round we get the A niggas, second round we get the B niggas. Third, it's literally like that. No, that's how it is though. That's not no disrespect. That's like really like that.
No, it's not disrespect. Yeah, it's the realest shit. Here's the realest thing about it, right? And I'm gonna just keep it real, right? I won't really say that the kids, right? I won't put it on the kids and say that the kids is influenced by too much or they're the ones that's like hurt by it. It's the parents. The parents because they not really realistic about their kid in the situations. Like
you get a Don DeMarco.
They don't even be understanding that like your kid sometimes don't need to play because he shouldn't be out there for his own benefit.
Right.
Like, you ain't trying to get that kid embarrassed out there and stuff like that. So it's like you want me to force your kid out there, and sometimes your kid don't want it. Like, I think that's the hardest thing for sometimes for parents to come to a realization of.
So is AAU a time for kids to develop? Or is it just like Wayne was saying, time to get
You're not developing in AAU too much.
I was just about to say what he said. Yeah.
Well, you can, but it's got to be you, though. So it's not AAU, it's the summer to which you have all day to do nothing but play basketball. As a kid, like when I was a kid, I was waking up, meeting people, hitting people, hey, where we at, what rec we at, we going to the Y, or where we going, go hoop all day, wouldn't even eat sometimes, or I end up eating later when I get back home, but I went to hoop, and then I would have practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was hooping before practice, sometimes hooping after practice. Like, it just depends on the day and the night.
That right there, what he just said, he said that was the realest shit. That was the realest shit because that's really what it was. That's how you get better. Going to practice and all that shit, that's mandatory. You want to play on the team. You got AAU. Have you ever been to AAU practice? Them shits ain't no real practice. You basically just running the whole time. You do some drills.
They're not in there to teach you at that level, especially because I was on some A-team shit.
Let me finish. I got you.
I was on some A-team.
But no, like you not lying though. Like all that shit, it just was different. And the main part was it, like you said, going to different hoop spots, nigga. Doing your drills in the morning, nigga. I was going to LA Fitness in the morning, nigga. Meeting up with that nigga Zach Lofton over there in the Midway, nigga. From there, me and J.O. probably go hoop at Hamlin, nigga. Then they was doing the night moves, and then we go to AAU practice. And then we have an AAU game. Like he said, the shit was like a lifestyle. That's the only way you getting better.
You said night moves. That's OG, right?
Bro, we was really out here playing ball. That's why it's so crazy. Now I be so confused, and I look at the kids, and I be like, I'm happy that, you know, the programs that's doing good, but I'm like, man, there's so many kids that's not hooping, and I'm like, what the and these dudes is like, I ain't never seen so many, like, oh yeah, you'll be a perfect center right there. Yep. Like, they used to make 6'2" dudes play center. We actually got 6'6" dudes walking around, and they out here trying to rap. But
I had to play center.
That's why I said that. But nah, man, that's I don't know. But like you say, even about the parents, let's talk about the fucking pricing. Look at the AAU prices to attend a game.
Oh man,
didn't you just say something like that? Like what you said? I swear to God, like I literally just, and it's funny that you said something. I was recently doing some research and I looked at the prices of them and I was just like, Like it wasn't like it's not.
They charging $40 to get in the club. That's general admission
for one person.
Do y'all think $40 is too much
for AAU basketball? You got, yo. For youth sports? You gotta be kidding me.
So it's robbery?
You gotta have children 5 and under for them to be free. Otherwise, they want 20 for your kids, 25.
At least get the kids like $10 or
if
less.
You a mom with 4 kids,
you want to see
your kid trying to go watch your kid hoop? How? You might have barely even made it there that weekend. Now you just found out you can't even go watch your kid play.
Who's responsible?
That's crazy. That's how you just said that. Yeah, who's responsible for that? We're gonna find you. Man,
it's the greed.
The way you just put it like that, just kind of put things in perspective. So maybe if whoever runs this happens to see this clip one day, they would understand.
They gonna be like, we don't care.
I know. Like, oh.
She ain't getting.
Well, they care about our goddamn business.
That's why we charging 40. Because she didn't want to pay it.
It's just crazy, man. Because at the end of the day, people was choosing to pay that. That's what it's gonna be. But it's kind of messed up because it's like supply and demand. Because it's like the people that's in there hooping is some hoopers. Future. It's almost like you said, like not even just the parents, the adults. Like the adults involved. Like
it's robbery.
It's robbery. It's just
it's
like,
robbery.
Man, we got to use these kids. We about to charge their parents. They don't get nothing. We got to get all
you
this
charging me $45.
We want to see Dion dunk, and Dion's mom can't even come in and watch Dion dunk. Ain't that some shit?
Now here's the thing, right?
That's crazy. That's blasphemy.
Here's the thing, right?
Blasphemy.
Now I got no problem. Like if you just trying to charge like the common spectator, like if you just trying to come watch some kids hoop, that ain't the parents. But like you should be giving like the team deals, and then here if your parents want to pay that $20 right now, we're sending them all some bracelets or whatever we all get to. But
and they'll still make bread.
Otherwise, at the door, it's gonna be 45. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna still make that money.
That's crazy. It was never like that when we were kids at AAU tournaments. Like,
well, $5. Come on.
I mean, bro, like
6 of us getting
15,
in there. You got $30.
I mean, for adults, maybe like 15 at the most. But we was always. I don't really remember looking at the prices of how much it was to get in. We was playing, so it's just it couldn't have been that much though, bro.
$5.
Because I saw somebody else say something about it. It wasn't just you. That's why I'm just sitting here like I knew something was going on. Like I knew, and I know the economy's messed up and shit. But at the end of the day, like you said, for youth sports, bro, this ain't state. This ain't a state championship game. Even those don't cost that much. Put that in perspective. You telling me an AAU tournament is more lit than a state tournament game? It can't be.
So you was talking about.
Well, it depends. If like Bronny and
supply and demand, like he was saying.
Yeah. It depends.
Well, no, that was a Puma thing. Now.
Oh yeah, Puma. Yeah.
Like, that's crazy though.
It's wild. Times have changed.
They first year having a circuit, so to be charging that.
See,
it's ridiculous.
That was here too in Minnesota.
No. Ain't nobody paying that in Minnesota. They
They
know better. Hey, listen, you come up here with that if you want to. Ain't nobody gonna be in there.
Why you want to come to this town starting trouble?
That'll be the first time you'll realize, like, damn, we're going to have to pay the rest out of our pocket. Yep. Guess what? Ain't nobody finna go in there, big dog. We finna go to a tournament up the street. That's $5.
You was talking about video games earlier. You had mentioned something about video games and that being part of the problem or distractions, but just as a bigger picture, do we think kids these days in youth sports today, in high school and whatnot, are there more distractions compared to when we was coming up in the early mid 2000s?
You want to start?
Yeah, but that's really what I was trying to say. Is like, it's the parents that's distracted. Like, they seeing what's on social media. Like, they want to have their kids on Instagram. Like, can you post our kids on Instagram? Like, why? Like, we're losing. Like, what's going on here? Like, we trying to get the kid better? Or you want your kid on Instagram? Like, what's going on? So, like, it's crazy. It's crazy, but kids are distracted too. They're not really mentally strong, but it's because the parents, it's all my babies. Like, it's all participation trophy. This a participation era. Like, everybody let me get a medal. It ain't even work for it, but everybody want a medal. So it's tough. It's even tough. It's tough.
Yeah, man. Honestly, it's tough. And like, the world got more distractions. Like, social media has me, and like, I had to delete Facebook just because I was finding myself always looking at my phone you know what I'm saying? I don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you still get the habit. So imagine being born in that era. We wasn't born with social media. We had to literally go to the crib, get on the computer, sit down to see our notifications. That was the thrill of the shit.
We had to lie about our age to get on Facebook.
We had to do a lot. We had to do a lot of different things. So for the fact that they get that and they get it so much, and then look at the attention they're getting. There's been a study already. Social media, the reaction that people get from likes and engagement, it triggers them. It's like when people hit the lottery. It's the same feeling, the same chemical in your brain. So, hell yeah, they way more distracted than any of us ever was, because they get to see what it was before. Like, they're literally the aftermath of what we already, you know what I'm saying, like, went through. They didn't look at the COVID shit. These kids went through COVID. We ain't went through not having to go to school that wouldn't have worked with us. Like, that's why I'm like, man, I feel them. Like, that's why it's like, I don't know, man. They definitely are more distracted now. So that's why shout out to the ones that are staying focused. Yeah. Shout out to the parents that are doing their job as actual parents and not trying to be living through their kid because they didn't make it. Like, sorry, you know what I'm saying?
These NIL deals, driving stuff.
Oh yeah, that's
another distraction.
That's a whole nother distraction.
I don't know if it's a distraction.
Well, it's not. It's
you could feed your family, or
that's what I'm saying.
You can eat off it.
It's all about feeding your family at the end of the day. But
not every kid is at that level of talent.
Like what he said.
There's a kid. And people in the basketball world in Minnesota's gonna know who it is, but he's decent, talented. He go to a nice high school. Word around town. That's why I ain't gonna say no names because I don't know how true it is or not. But the source that I got it from is pretty much undeniable that it ain't true. Mm-hmm. But that's why I ain't gonna say no names to put it out there like that. But this kid was promising. He's like a 4-star out of Minnesota. Probably could have went to a little solid D1 or a little mid-major. But he was asking the schools, like, he wasn't, but his big brother was asking the schools, what's up with the NILs? Type, like, he not letting them just flow through. He, like, basically, like, my brother ain't coming there unless you got an NIL type shit. Right. Mess it up for bro. Now, bro, probably have to go, like, JUCO or some shit. That's just so sad. That's what I'm saying. Like, the people, it's the kids, but it's the thoughts around the kids is so worse.
That shit is
at this time, and it ain't all of them. So like I ain't like Wayne said, shout out to the real parents that's doing their thing, keeping it real with their kids, keeping their kids in line. You know what I'm saying? Keeping their kids solid, because it is a lot of real parents that is doing that. You can see that with the up and coming generation, but it's some that it's just like, man, you failing your own kid.
That's something else did y'all say?
No, I'm good.
There was something
else. That's crazy though.
Related to that, a question I wanted to ask y'all, as far as the University of Minnesota, when it comes to landing top recruits, no matter the sport, why do we have so much trouble? Why does the University of Minnesota have so much trouble landing the top recruits from Minnesota?
Well, they just had the change. So I think that may start changing.
Right.
With I think his name Ben Davis.
NIL stuff or what change? Oh, basketball.
The head coach change. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I can't speak too much for football because I think PJ Fleck just going out there getting what he can. I mean, he did his best with Tyler Johnson and them and a couple others.
This year he did pretty good.
Yeah. So he's going out there doing what he can football wise. I don't know what they do in baseball and other things, so I ain't gonna speculate on them. But for basketball wise, I know Ben is trying to do his thing a little bit more with the reaching out to kids in the town and trying to keep them here. So I think this next year he got a good like 3 or 4 kids from the town that's gonna stay here. He had like 2 or 3 last year as well. So I think they trying to now. But I think we've done a better job, with like producing a lot more kids. Because I can't necessarily say that maybe the kids would want to stay here back in the day because it was so rare. Like it was rare. It wasn't too many D1s. Like in my class, what was it? Maybe like 3 D1 kids, like real solid D1 kids, and then the class before me. It was maybe like 4 or 5 solid D1 kids, so they're not really thinking about staying at home. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then the 2 that did, one ended up, kind of messing that up for himself. And then the other one, stayed 4 years.
Mr. Jeans.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rodney.
No digs.
Shout out to Rodney, though. I like Rodney.
Yeah. But so Rodney did his thing. And it was just like, I just think, like Ty is, I'm the number 1 recruit. Right. I'm finna go to Duke. You know what I'm saying?
The absolute number 1 recruit in the nation.
Tyler was the number 1 recruit. Yeah, Tyler, that shit was crazy.
So I'm going to Duke. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that's what it is, kind of like Minnesota still hasn't really had produced consistent enough years, I think, for these kids. And some of these kids is really competing at high levels, going to their schools and still competing at a high level, helping their schools. You know what I'm saying? Achieve big things.
So that lets me ask you something then. So you saw, I don't know if you saw the episode with J.O. who was talking about is Minnesota a basketball state. Do you think it is?
Yeah.
Okay, you think it is?
It always has been, though.
Okay.
I will say it always has been, but I think the things that we lacked.
Kevin McHale from here?
Yeah.
And Joe Alt just got drafted.
Yeah.
He was an offensive lineman, just got drafted in this year's
number
draft. Number 5 overall from Minnesota.
Damn. His big ass from Minnesota?
Went to Totino.
Oh, I did not know that.
But that last
name
exactly
sounds
familiar.
Talking about the big dude that.
The last name sounds familiar. I feel like I heard about Alt back when I was like in young high school. But I can't remember what school or sport. But anyways, though, congrats to Joe Alt.
Yeah, shout out to him. That's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah, definitely a lot of talent. He didn't go to Minnesota though.
He definitely did not go to Minnesota. He said no.
But no, I mean, like I said, when you
do y'all think Joe
worked real hard to put yourself at a top, kind of position.
Do you think Joe Coleman is that big or no?
Joe Coleman, that was at the Hopkins.
Yeah.
He was like the number 1 in the state at the time, right?
He was number 1 in our class in the state.
2011, yeah.
I seen him play a couple times. I played against him like once in the AAU tournament.
Here's the thing. He was always athletic.
He's athletic, but I didn't really see nothing. He couldn't really handle.
He couldn't really do anything else after that.
He couldn't handle the rock. He could hit like a corner jumper. Bro.
So he went to Minnesota.
Yeah, he went to and didn't do much.
But you see, he wasn't really.
He went to the U though. Shout out to him. He went D1. I didn't go D1.
No, I'm just saying like for the top ranked.
Yeah,
that's why I said.
That's why I think they're not staying. I just gotta clarify that for the idiots who like the. Well, he went there with your dad. We're not talking about that. We're talking about it for a reason. Like he was a top recruit, he's the number 1 in the state. He didn't do much, but he did stay and play for the U. So shout out to him for that. He gets a Don DeMarco.
And then Rick Pitino's son Richard came and got him up out of there.
Quick. He only played there for like what, a year? Maybe a year and a half.
Coaching change, son.
Yeah, he like that.
We seen the film.
He like that.
We seen the film. We're going in a different direction. Yeah, and that shit's messed up. That happened to me. Coaching changes could
affect kids' decisions. Shit, we just seen that happen
I'm
with.
saying like they fucked up when that happens.
Yeah,
we just get a kid out of there.
We just seen that happen with Kashmir. Oh, yeah. Coaching change. He pulled out. He decommitted. So like you said, that shit's real shit. But yeah. No, man, that's enough for that. You have something else?
Yeah, just real quick. Want to do some more radar, some more highlights of some players. So first 2 episodes, we went over some top girls, top boys. So yeah, just true to the nature we want to keep spotlighting, keep highlighting. So yeah, we got Jordan Zubich. She is one of the top players right now in the state, senior. She was averaging 27 points a game. She led the state in 3-pointers, like 130 some odd 3-pointers. She going to North Carolina next year.
She get dog.
Where's she from?
Where's she from?
Yeah, you would never guess.
I was literally about to say, like, yeah, where's she from?
She played for Mountain Iron
Bull. Yep.
Bull.
Oh, I don't know.
Mount Iron.
But
Mount Iron.
Bull.
That's up in the range for those who don't know.
We got some hidden places here.
That's way up there. And we had talked about Corey Parrish last episode, the top football recruit from ESCO. So yeah, he's from Duluth area, and Mount Iron's even further up north, closer to Canada by that point. So yeah, a lot of, like Wayne said, a lot of diamonds in the rough. But so that's Jordan Zubich. And then also wanted to highlight Chloe Johnson. She's an 8th grader from Duluth Marshall. So another one from up north.
Another one.
So, I mean, they're everywhere. The talent's everywhere in the state, but only an 8th grader. We've been seeing that a lot. That's going to be a topic for another day, talking about these young kids playing, getting a lot of varsity time. It's kind of a different thing.
It's at an all-time high.
But, yeah, Chloe, she was doing 27 a game as well, and she had over 100.
In the 8th grade?
Yeah, and she had over 100 threes on the season as well. So
the lead scorer this year is a sophomore.
Oh, yeah, Madden Greenway. So, yeah, there's a lot of players.
27 points in the 8th grade is insane.
Yeah, there's a lot of players.
That's not, like, normal at all.
That's what the other little girl was doing, though. The girl who got over 3,000 points. The first girl to 3,000 points, she's like a sophomore.
She a sophomore now? That's the one you just talking about?
No, this is a different. Maddie is a sophomore, but she just got like 2,000 points this year.
Okay.
But this other girl from like Crosby Ironton or something like that.
Sorry
I'll
about
make
the
sure I
name.
do some.
My bad.
I'll make sure I do some more research to get her real name. But she
apologize to us. We're just talking. We're all conversation right now.
3,500 points already.
See, I didn't know that. We're gonna figure. I'm gonna post her name in her.
She
stats.
gets buckets and buckets.
Who else you got on there?
For sure. But yeah, those were the 2 girls that we wanted to bring up, Jordan and Chloe. So
shout out to them.
Jordan, good luck at UNC next year. And Chloe got a lot more. Got 4 more years to see what she's going to do. So good luck to y'all.
Good luck.
And then for the boys, LD over here, he had told us about Greyson Uelmen from Minnetonka. 6'2", senior, going to UND, North Dakota next year.
Just signed today, right?
Just signed
today.
Congratulations.
Can you describe his game?
Gritty. He can shoot. He can score. He can put the ball on the floor. He's gonna be tough on defense. He's gonna always hustle. He's gonna work hard. He's gonna listen. So that's always a coach's dream. A kid that listen and that's gonna go hard. You really can't lose with that. So
absolutely.
Since he was a freshman, I seen it in him. So
you seen him that long?
You seen him that long?
Yeah, that's when I had him as a freshman. So
nice.
Congrats to him, man, for real.
Yeah, congrats, Grayson. Good luck at North Dakota next year. And then one more for this episode, we want to highlight Ajon Douglas. He is a junior from Hardin, St. Paul Hardin. Very athletic.
Very athletic.
Kid. Yeah. One of the more athletic kids in the conference, in the St. Paul City Conference this past year.
Can't wait to see him play this year.
Yeah, and Hardin being the team, coming from the era we came from, Hardin wasn't really a basketball school back then, so it's interesting and nice to see them having some success.
I never lost to Hardin. Anyway, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so we'll be looking out for sure. Ajon and another junior. We talked about Allie Langford before. So 2 juniors coming up, and that's what we got.
All right, yeah. There will be shots off randomly on the show. But yeah, so all right, man.
So see you next time.
See you next time.
Yo.